Good morning. First of all, good morning all. Today we have joined in for an exciting panel discussion on account of Women's Day. So also happy Women's Day to all the wonderful ladies in the panel, and thank you all very much for joining on this Sunday morning. So for this panel, our renowned founders and entrepreneurs will be discussing on the theme topic, which is Beyond Inclusion, Women as Architects of Indian Economic Transformation. So today we have wonderful founders and entrepreneurs. So I will introduce one by one each of you. So our first is Mr. Gaurav Bhagat, so also often known as GB, founder and managing director of Consortium Gifts, and also a founder of Gaurav Bhagat Academy. He's a speaker, investor, podcaster, thought leader, trainer, and business consultant. Second, we have Miss Aya Mahajan, founder and CEO of iVillage, a family, where they are reshaping the future of sustainable business globally. Third, we have Miss Nidhi Govil, founder and CEO of Skin Innovation Science, where they are helping skincare founders build smart, safe, and scalable brands. Fourth, we have Miss Prerna Agarwal Saxena, founder and CEO of Wed Ease Planner International Private Limited, a leading wedding platform management and in the Delhi NCR. Last, we have Ms. Payal Agarwal, a entrepreneur and MD of Chayom, aim to promote Indian product and Indian initiative globally. So I have one question for each of you. So let's start with Mr. Gaurav Bhagat. So sir, you have worked closely with entrepreneurs and MSMEs for decades. From what you have observed, and how are women entrepreneurs changing the DNA of Indian business today, whether in leadership style, resilience, or decision making?
Yeah, thank you for that, Manish. And of course, I think the common thread between all the wonderful, women today on the panel and me is the fact that they're all alumni of, GBA at various programs. I think Payal was probably the OG. In fact, Arya probably came even before Payal, I think, when the 10X bootcamp, it first started. And of course, Prerna and Nidhi been, actively involved as well. So my thought is that, they're just taking it from strength to strength. And, I think just we've always known that women have played a great role in terms of balancing many roles. We're talking about motherhood, being a wife, being a girlfriend, being someone who just wants so many hats. And I think that how they approach business and and work, I think it's just it's amazing, right? And I think this can you take it from strength to strength. And very proud what the women of the country and even globally are really doing. And I think in a world which is sometimes being driven in a direction which is not the best by certain gentlemen. I think men kind of are doing a little bit of disservice there, but I think women bring a lot of subjectivity, a lot of emotion. I mean, all the right things that the world really needs right now. And of course, the ethics as well. So I think women are truly taking the game to the next level. And that's just my take on things at the moment.
Okay, thank you very much for your wonderful insights, sir. So second, I have question with Miss Arya Mahajan. So in a world that is constantly evolving with technology and new industries, how can women position themselves not just to adapt to change, but also to a actual lead and shape a new economic sectors?
So the question that you've asked is very close to my heart. So I will take a little bit more time than GB. So I actually believe women today have very unique opportunity. The world is changing rapidly with technology and all these new industries coming up. So one way is we can go into the same system, or the second thing is that we can change it slightly. So I think I just thought maybe one or two ways that I can share example is we can stop waiting to fit into industries and we can create new industries. So something like sustainability, circular economy, social enterprise, community-driven business. So women can actually play a leading role in shaping these things. Like I'll give you an example. iVillage, when we started, it was just a simple idea that we want to give rural women a chance to work and be financially independent. But eventually it became more about sustainability. So we created a model where we created sustainable products. So that became like we became a part of sustainable economy, and which is currently one of the fastest growing economy. Another thing that I can think of is we combine empathy with technology. So something like, technology is actually transforming every industry, we all know. But if we combine it with human understanding, so women, for us, it's easy to bring empathy into the system. So I'll give another, like maybe you can relate with this example. Faguni Nair, the founder of Nykaa. So she didn't build an e-commerce platform. She actually understood how women discover products and build trust by combining that understanding with technology. And she created such a successful consumer platforms, we all know. So I have more examples, but I think I would share it in the next thing. But we women should not participate. Like, to summarize, we should not participate in future economy. We should help design the future economy. So because the real shift, in my belief, will happen when women stop asking for space in the existing tables and we create new tables altogether.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much, Ms. Arya. That's very wonderful thoughts. So my next question is with Ms. Nidhi. So from your professional perspective, what is the biggest systematic changes is still required in Indian workplaces to truly unlock women's economic potential?
Okay, thank you for that question. That's a very, very important, meaningful question. Um, so see, I'm a very data person and I've got a lot of corporate experience before I started my own venture. So I would say that the industry, what we have done a lot of things for women empowerment in the ecosystem, but there's a very long way to go. So I think there are three systemic changes that we need to bring about. And I would share some data points for people to also understand why I'm sharing about these points. So first point is about pay parity. So this is a data from World Economic Forum 2024 report, which is on global gender gap. And this report says that in India, women get rupees 40 for same work that a man is doing, and they get rupees 100 for it, which means that we are not paying a woman even half of what a man is getting for the same job. So when we're talking about economic prosperity and we're talking about economic potential, that is the first thing that needs to be done. That's like the basic has to be done. So gender pay parity is one thing that we need to really work upon. The second data that I want to talk about is from time use data report, which is again 2023 report. These are all latest data. It is coming from International Labour Organization, and it says that in India, a woman spends around 305 minutes per day on unpaid domestic work, for as a caregiver or taking care of the family or any other work, whereas men spend only 86 minutes per day, which means that a female is working a lot more on unpaid jobs and taking care of the family and her different life milestone than a man. But unfortunately, the policies and systems that we have are same for men and women, which should not be, and women should have more flexible policies and structures and infrastructure that can support her different life milestones. So that is the second thing that we need to do in order to bring women into workforce, in order to help her grow economically better. And the third data that I want to put across is similar to this data, which says that, and this is an All India Women's Workforce Survey, which was done in 2025, like last year, which says that around 42% of educated urban women leave their job between the age of 30 to 45. Okay, so 42% of them who are educated, who are in the urban sector, who have opportunity to work, but they take a career break, and only 27% of them return back to work, which means that we are losing such a potential workforce which can potentially work, is present in that ecosystem to work, but is not going back to work. And what it shows is that we do not have the policies and structure in place for second career opportunities. So I would say, if I have to choose and I have to, other companies are listening, three things is what we have to work on. One is making systems, ecosystem, infrastructure to support different milestones of life of a woman, and also work on the second inning and the second career opportunity. So these are the three things. One more data point, which is from the McKinsey report on power of parity. And on India, it says that if we could bring just the gender parity and work on that in India, GDP contribution that would increase is $700 billion. So we're talking about, so just by doing one of these activities, we can actually increase the economy of India by 700 billion. So it is not just about women, it's about the national interest, and it is about the national economy and for better family country altogether.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nidhi. It's very insightful, data-driven insights you have given all of us to think about it more. Thank you. So my next question is Ms. Prerna. So as entrepreneurship among women in India is growing rapidly, right? So from your experience, what differentiated women-led ventures that scale successfully from those that remain small? I think you are on mute.
Sorry. So thank you everyone for your insights. I love what Arya said about creating economies rather just being participative, because one thing I really believe is I'm in weddings and I believe that India is a wedding economy. So, we're trying to create a wedding economy for our industry. So that's amazing. Thank you, Nidhi, for your insights on, the entire data about women. And of course, Gaurav, who's always our mentor, our coach, and someone I always look up to. And if I'm stuck, I always is my go-to person. So thank you. Waiting to hear from Payal. So I think what is like the prime thing of why businesses don't scale is with women entrepreneurs. One more data point I would like to add on is there was an article that if there are 100 rupees in the market for founders to be funded, only four are given to women. Okay. So now this is an article which came some time back. And I'm like, why? Why is this so? So it's not like if we've been all of us been in business for some years, we're gonna not continue working or whatever. Our circumstances, why do we consider women separately? If I'm in a room of women entrepreneurs, of say men and women, I never think anything different. I don't think I'm different. I first think that I am at equal with everyone. I've never even had that thought that, oh, I'm a lady, so this is happening. So first we have to get ourselves, us as women, out of that thought that okay, we have been treated differently. That is something we need to start believing, because if we believe, the others will also believe, right? And women entrepreneur-led businesses sometimes don't scale because they believe that they can't scale it. They don't have the capability. So it's a lot for me. It's a lot about belief and persistence, right? Because we give up very early, right? With two failures, three failures, we're like, nahi ho raha, koi baat nahi. We go back to something else, right? So I think as consistently and constantly believing that we can scale and scaling these ventures, and there are so many examples, like you said about Nika, like that. There's so many examples, which where women have scaled up, right? They have scaled up their businesses. So it's not that women entrepreneurs can't scale. There are like so many examples. We just need to believe one that we can do it, and consistently and constantly with persistence keep at it, and it will happen. And there will be failures, there will be rejections, but why take this rejection that because we are we are a lady, this has been rejected? It can happen either ways. It is not gender bias, so we have to stop believing that it is gender bias.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prerna, for your viewpoints on that. Thank you very much. So my next question with Ms. Payal Agarwal. So you have built a brand around something deeply cultural yet everyday tea. So what inspired you to turn a simple product into business identity, and what does that say about the opportunities women can create in traditional industries?
Thank you so much for the question. And I mean, it was lovely to listen to all my fellow women who were speaking. And I so agree to each one of you. Before I give my answer, Prerna, what you said about, it's not that opportunities are not there. Self-belief is the key. I so believe that it all starts from the self-belief. If we believe in ourselves, the world will believe. See, today we are sitting here celebrating Women's Day because these men have actually organized this. Had it not been for these two wonderful men on the screen, we wouldn't be sitting here and speaking our journeys. So, I mean, amazing insights from Nidhi and Arya. It's lovely. So, see about my product. I'll say I deal in a very, very ordinary commodity, something which is like, people didn't even think about it that much. It always existed. So in this area and days and generation of AI, technology, and all these kind of different data-driven things, I was thinking one day, what is it that I can do different? And as we say that we find the purpose, but I think my purpose found me. So I was just sitting in the kitchen one day and was like, okay, this cup of tea, it connects all of us. It's an everyday thing. But how can I convert it into a business model? So that's the opportunity which I saw there. So opportunity exists in the areas which we neglect the most, and we only need the courage, the consistency, and the whole basically the belief in ourselves, and we need to be curious. So I was curious how this cup of chai. So I had the three C's and I added my fourth C of chai and converted into Chayom, which is my brand today. But here, what I say is skills and everything can be learned. But an opportunity for the woman, it lies in different platforms. Here, when we are sitting on this table, every second is an opportunity. We are talking about the GDP of the country and this whole, the geopolitical situation that is going on. We can have all the funds in the bank, all the money in the bank, but can we work around things which we want to? I might not be able to take a flight to go and attend that one seminar or what that event in US if the country situations doesn't change. So I always think even focusing on simple things could make a difference. So you were talking about Falguni Nair, Arya, and so similarly, opportunities. So a simple thing like a diaper. We are all women here sitting in this room. So in 1946, there was this woman called Marion Donovan. She was just tired of actually changing bed sheets after bed sheets for her son. It's like, how many times can I change the bed sheet? It's a natural call. The child cannot walk to the loo. So she invented a normal, ordinary thing like a diaper with so many rejections. So imagine in 1946 is what it was done. And today we have so many women doing it again in India. So the latest that I know about is 2016, which was the super bottoms, which was done by Pallavi Uttagi. So see, if that a woman found out an opportunity in her child's, the toilet habits also. So tea for me, I would say it's a legacy, it's a tradition. So it's not only a beverage, it's a tradition that connects the heart. So an opportunity is there. So for all the people who think that ordinary products don't have an opportunity, today tea trainers are being celebrated across the globe. And just like a wine sommelier, a tea sommelier is paid equal to a wine sommelier today. And we are soon integrating AI into it. So we are building up a platform which is going to be on preventive and suggestive wellness. So we have a panel of doctors now who are suggesting how, so this ordinary cup of water, which we think with the right herbs in it can actually cure our health. So we are coming up with a platform. So taking cues from all my fellow members and definitely GB being always there to guide us. We are soon going to integrate AI into an ordinary cup of chai. That's my take for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Payal. So definitely, chai is the thing which connect Indian the most at any time, anywhere. Definitely. So thank you very much for your all these very insightful point of views. So since this 2026 International Women's Day campaign theme is Give to Gain, right? So I just wanted to understand from each of you from this panel discussion that what you have gained and what you have given. So let's start with Mr. Gaurav.
I mean, I think that's been integral to my life, and not only I would say for the last 15 years in BNI, where I mean it's all about give us gain, but I think it comes from my mom, and my mom. And I was just thinking back a few days ago. She was diagnosed with a pretty serious illness when I was 9, and I mean, of course, eventually she passed away. When I was in my early 20s. But even when she never had, I mean, her entire motive was, just to always give. And she was, I think, one of the most generous people, that I've ever met, and I've known. And I think it's integral. And people always tell me, "Tu hamesha dete kyun rehta hai?" And I think it's thanks to, the wonderful woman that she was and the insights that we had, and from her. And I think it's just integral to who I am, and I will continue to do so. I mean, I know even when I started a cancer charity, and everyone told me don't give money. Their पास खुद के पैसे नहीं है, मतलब कंपनी चलाने के, तो तब भी मतलब कैंसर पेशेंट्स को दे रहा है, ऐसे नहीं, वो नहीं रुकेगा. And of course, now we support so many causes. I mean, we have initiatives on education, at Gyan Kosh. We have initiatives on, we're doing fans in government schools. We're doing women, hygiene products at schools. We still do the Cancer Foundation and so much more. And it's not only about money. I mean, thankfully Consortium, has the resources today to give back, as much as it does. But even in terms of time, in terms of, energy, and मेरी ये belief है, boss जितना दोगे ना उससे 10 गुना ज़्यादा ही वापस मिलेगा. So that's really been my belief. And it's all about giving, and this world needs more givers right now, unfortunately. I think that's something that's been taking a bit of a hit, but that's just been my belief. But I think, yeah, credit goes to a phenomenal lady that was my mother, and wherever she is, I hope we can do her proud. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. So Miss Arya, what about you?
Yeah, so the organization that we built together, iVillage, is a lot about giving. And in the process, definitely we have gained so much. It's about giving to the rural women who have never worked before, giving them an opportunity to start working, start giving them the skill, the confidence to help and say कि तुम अपने पैरों पे खड़ी हो सकती हो और तुम अपनी जिंदगी खुद चला सकती हो, even if you are staying in the village जहाँ पे कोई industry नहीं है up till 50 kilometers, there is an opportunity can be created. हम factory खड़ी कर देंगे, but you need to come and work, and you will be able to work, and we train them. And then from there the life started, a new chapter opened. So community, उसके बाद से there was no stopping. We were continuously, and the way that things have gone up. So if I say 10 years, the I can link it to what I received. Obviously, satisfaction of helping somebody see grow, and the whole village coming together, female getting equal importance. वो सब तो है ही, but personally अगर मैं बोलूँ तो I became a TED speaker. I had something to talk, something more meaningful. How you can bring a female, how you can use women in your structure, etc. So ये सब चीजें I would not have got otherwise. Connecting with corporates, like at one point it was some of the corporates were हम एक client की तरह जाते थे. Now we go as equal partners. So that importance and that acceptability, that credibility has come to us. So every time that you give, you gain so much more. And this is how now we are partnering with organizations. Apollo Tyres Foundation is one with whom we are partnering on creating their models and upgrading their models for their CSR and upskilling them on those lines. So ये like just giving and selfless giving कि हम एक business create करें which is creating value has given us so much, and so much visibility in 10 years. Most of the companies, it takes 15 years or more to get where we are. It just fast tracked the growth, fast tracked so much faster for us. So that's how I would sum it up. Just give, and you don't even think it will come back to you so many more times.
So thank you very much. So your views, Miss Nidhi?
So I completely agree to what Gaurav and Arya are saying, that give without any thought, and many multiple folds will come back to you. So if I talk about me, my entire business today is just based or is an outcome of a give that I have given. So just like a very short story, before my current business, I was doing a skincare product business, which is a B2C company, and I formulated all the products there. So and my focus was on making only clean, high efficient products. And a lot of people were coming to me who wanted to make clean products, but they didn't have the know-how and insights about how to make it. And initially when they came to me, and I was like, okay, why should I be sharing my knowledge with them and sharing my secrets with them, and I should not be doing that. And then I felt like, okay, they also want to do the same good thing that I'm trying to do, and bring out good products in the market. So I thought about doing that, and I moved ahead and I help people create good product. And my second venture, which I'm doing currently, it's just based on that, where we help founders and new businesses and old brands to build new and good quality high-end skincare product for Indian market, or maybe for global market also, as per the requirement. So this business is already 10x from my last business in 1 year. So I can't imagine the amount of success that this business has received. Had I have not done that giving thought or giving act last year or the last year, this business would have never started. So that is one part of giving. Second part of my giving came when I hired a diversity candidate, a visually impaired person. So I would be honest that I did a lot of grilling in terms of the interview to understand whether this person would be able to work with me or not. And as you must have noticed by now that I'm a very data-driven person, I had no data point to say that, okay, this person would not be able to do. And I gave that person an opportunity. I gave myself an opportunity to work with a visually impaired person. And the way the team has grown and the way we have set up processes and the way changes have come into the team because of good and again the way the productivity has increased and the way it has resulted into more business for me has been phenomenal. So I completely believe into what we are saying that दोनों हाथों से खुले हाथ से दो देने वाले के चार हाथ हैं तो मैं इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते कितना रिटर्न आएगा. So yeah, just a few insights from my side.
Thank you, thank you. That's wonderful, Nidhi. Thank you very much. So, Miss Prerna, your views on that?
So thank you. I totally agree with everyone's view because giving is the only way of being, and that's been inculcated. I'm from a business family by my grandparents from both the sides. They said, "Ki agar 100 kamao, to at least 10% should go out as charity somewhere." Then my mentors all across from GB, Paratosh, Rahul Jain, Bob Proctor, these are my four mentors I really look up to. So all of them always spoke about giving more than getting. And if you actually see, हमारे हाथ में क्या है? हमारे हाथ में सिर्फ giving है. If you want to take things in our hand. So I always like to find opportunities where I can give. And I believe that we are lucky if we are able to give because getting is something which is not in our hand. That is something which happens automatically. So only giving is in our hands. So if we want to do something, we actually only give. That's my philosophy that I feel blessed and I feel lucky if I'm able to help because I feel everyone doesn't get that opportunity. So I feel truly blessed that I have got these opportunities and I've been able to help people. And I always keep looking for these opportunities.
That's very wonderful, Prerna. Thank you very much. So, your views, Miss Payal, about give and gain?
It's so amazing to listen to everybody. And Gaurav, as we all believe in the whole concept of givers gain. So I'd like to say here, see, I don't know what is mine that I can give. Nothing that we own is ours. That's what I believe, that everything that we have, nothing belongs to us. But we have to do our bit in terms of the day to day that we are doing. So in this, I mean, in terms of we getting, see, the world has given us so much. 10 years ago, Gaurav, it brings nostalgia in my mind. You remember when I came to Delhi, I just walked into this, from a small town to this metro city with two suitcases with full of dreams. Few clothes for sure, but full of dreams. I didn't know a single soul. It brings back so much. I was actually looking at my picture yesterday from 7th of March, 10 years ago. And I was like, okay, everybody in my family said this girl is not going to survive. She's going to come back in 6 months, but 10 years here. And today on this Women's Day, I mean, 7 events that I'm invited for different platforms, whether it's colleges or whether it is magazines where they're publishing. So, how much has the universe given us? All of us are just flooded with the giving. And from my side, I just say one thing that in my business, there are so many people who come and ask me, women from the rural areas also, they say, can we start a tea business? Kitna paisa lagega? I say, see, चाय एक ऐसा बिजनेस है जो आप 50,000 में भी शुरू करो तो बहुत है और 5 करोड़ में भी शुरू करो तो बहुत कम है. There is no limit to it. So my only thing and the only goal that I have made, I have goosebumps right now when I speak this, because as I said that मुझे लगता नहीं है कि I'm capable enough to give anything to anybody, but I have taken this oath that I'm going to make 1,000 entrepreneurs in my journey. So in that journey, there are people who come with funds and there are people who come, they say, we don't have funds. I said, don't worry.
we have a certain percentage, like you said, Prerna. I mean, yes, in the business system, we all believe that whatever we are making, we should keep aside. So earlier, I used to call it a contingency fund or something, but Gaurav taught us never call it a contingency fund, call it an opportunity fund. So I always say the opportunity fund is not for me alone. It's for everybody else who needs an opportunity. So on this platform, because you all are going it on a social media, I will just say that anybody who wants to start a career in this industry or any industry, if you feel that finance is the stoppage, I can't say what amount we can contribute, but please reach out to us, whatever percentage of your requirement. It's a commitment on a public platform. We are definitely going to be a part of your journey. So that's my submission on this.
Thank you very much, Payal. It's very inspiring and very thoughtful. Your views are. Thank you very much. So my closing statement in this, thank you very much, first of all, for this wonderful panel discussion and wonderful ladies here. So thank you for all these inspiring panelists. So your journey truly shows that women gives knowledge, support, and opportunity. Society gain stronger businesses, stronger communities, and stronger economy. So thank you very much for all joining this wonderful panel discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
for
this
arranging.
opportunity. Yeah.
All right, keep crushing it, ladies.
Thank you. Have a great day, all of
Thank you.
you.
Have
Have
a
a
great
good
day, all of you.
weekend.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Lovely to meet you. And such a great start of the day. So
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
that's true. Thank you. Thank